Hey guys, at the end of this video, we are going to give you two Canva templates. One, a testimonial template that looks really cool with some good wording on there, review stars, nice colors, even a photo. So you'll get that, and a ad where we've got a cool headline and a cool picture with a neat surround on it, and another little review thing. So it mentions how many reviews you got, that kind of thing. So just a couple little freebie extras. If you've got a Canva template or a Canva Pro account, I think it's $12 to be a pro. It is so worth it. Canva is the best. And in the video, I mentioned how to do a brand in Canva, or that you can do a brand in Canva and put your colors, your logos, that kind of stuff in there. It makes it so freaking easy to make graphics. So if you're not using Canva, I highly suggest it. And maybe this will push you over the edge to go get a pro account so you can get the template and do cool stuff with it, or the templates. All right. Boom. Talk to you soon. You'll get those links at the end. Okay, everybody, how's it going? So today we're going to go over social media for house cleaning businesses. We're going to go through some strategy stuff, kind of high level, how to look at things. Then we're going to go through some kind of practical, tactical ideas and stuff, so you kind of understand, some of the landscape a little bit more. And hopefully we've got this dialed in to be like really strong and effective for you without going too far off into the weeds. Now, some of you, if you're like a social media gangsta already, there may be some good stuff in here, and I think there would be, but this is kind of like a mid-range course to kind of take people who are sort of struggling with social media, if they know it or not, and kind of get them up to pace. And I guess that's basically the target on this. So if you're already just killing it on social, there's probably a better training for you on this one. But this should get folks really rocking and rolling. So here we go. And I'm using actually one of our own blog posts as kind of a guide on this. So yeah, so there's that. So basically, the social media, there's it can be really useful. And I think you guys all know this, but there's also some challenges in that today's world. It's kind of a pay to play scenario where, Facebook and everybody else is, basically it's, if you want to get really, really crazy amounts of visibility, you need to pay for ads, right? But on the social side, or the organic side, which is what we're talking about here, there's still ways to get engagement and get sort of visibility on your brand and that kind of thing without spending money on ads. So that's what we're focusing on today, sort of that fundamental sort of organic visibility and presence on the social media side. So here we go. And really, it can help drive referrals and business, and people will maybe share your posts, that kind of thing. So it's going to be that sort of organic growth that can happen this way. So sort of putting valuable content and stuff that's like cool or shareable in a way, and that kind of thing, is one of the important levers to help your profile grow a little bit, as opposed to be sort of just boring and, posts and, just you like putting boring stuff out there. Right. So that's what we're really trying to focus on here. So first, let's start with strategy, because people always want to go straight to the tactics and start, posting and doing stuff. But it really does help to get to, focus on that strategic side and really know your social audience, right? Your social media audience. So in your city, what are the demographics? Who are the people that tend to hire you? What's the size house in your area? What's the, who's got good jobs? Who's having families? What are the age group for, people having 2 or 3 kids and, pets and all that kind of stuff, or, working professionals, like you really kind of, or the kind of the older, boomer who's just like, I'm done, I got money and I want help. Right. So kind of figuring out those profiles and sort of figuring out where they are in your city. I mean, chances are it's going to be, Facebook, Instagram. If you've got a younger audience, possibly the TikTok side. But like today, right here, we're going to be focusing on Facebook, Instagram, Google Business Profile, which actually a lot of people don't know this, can and should function a lot more like a social profile these days with ongoing posts and that kind of thing. We'll talk a little bit about that. And maybe like Nextdoor, that kind of thing. I mean, there's lots of other social media, but those are kind of the ones that we see are kind of like the fundamental ones that are going to get the most bang for the buck and help you get new business and that kind of thing. So there you go with that, creating engaging social profiles. So, I mean, it's almost needless to say, but you need to reflect like the professionalism, the strengths, the reliability of your business, and kind of like how what are you dedicated to in your business, right? Like you want to like ooze that feeling. And like kind of like what do you stand for? What do you stand against? Like, not that you have to say those things exactly, but if you ask yourself, what am I dedicated to? What are we dedicated to in this business? What do we stand for? What do we stand against? Like those kinds of things kind of help you get clarity on what you're really trying to do with your business and kind of what's your strategy, and really helps kind of define that culture. And it can actually make it more clear on who you might need to hire and stuff as well, right? But I mean, that's kind of a outlying topic from this, but really getting that, your story, your message, and then just like really being authentic you, right? So we say like high quality, authentic images. And what we mean by that is it doesn't have to be like, well lit by some, fancy photographer or anything, but definitely well lit from most phones these days is like, pretty dang good high quality imagery. And people love to see like you and what you're doing and what's happening in your day to day, and a little video here and there, that kind of stuff really, and showcasing your team, your people, kind of the day to day stuff is such a cool, unique story that a little bit of that can be really cool. And so many people avoid doing that, and it can really help get people to engage in and this same story that we see on websites and really any content is the more that you sort of let that authentic who the heck you really are out there can actually be one of your best sort of conversion tools when people do see and engage with your stuff, right? Let's see, essential business details. Yeah. Oh yeah. And like if you are having like your Facebook cover image or whatever, it's probably not a bad idea to talk about like what you do, where your website is, who you serve, those kinds of things, right? So pretty straightforward on that side. We were just talking about visual content, but yeah, I mean, graphics, imagery, videos, before and after photos, really cool videos of the team in action. Consider showcasing customer testimonials, right? So like little graphics where you can do that kind of thing. Compelling visuals can demonstrate transformative power of your services. Yes, like here, boom, look what we did. Here's what we did to this place. Here's how we left this beautiful home, right? So that kind of thing can really tell a powerful story that is hard to kind of say in words, is really easy this way, right? So that can be really, really strong stuff, okay? Leverage customer testimonials, right? So we kind of mentioned this, but really like a kind of consistent post, and this works on Google, Facebook, Instagram, even, actually taking text from a customer testimonial, or if you can get it, like a little video clip of them, talking about you guys and what they're happy about with you and that kind of thing can be just super duper powerful. It's basically an endorsement of what they're saying about you guys, and videos like the strongest. But you can always just kind of leverage reviews and stuff off of Google or Yelp or Facebook, wherever, right? Oh, and also like actually getting reviews. Like if you are active on social media, of course, getting reviews on the platform, a no-brainer, right? But that's a great idea. And also responding to comments, both positive and negative, to show your commitment to customer satisfaction, right? So like, yeah, not just like leaving stuff sit there. So many times you see businesses just kind of leave a testimonial that's positive or negative without responding to it. But, you really, and this is kind of a rule in general with anything happening kind of in the social world, the social media world, is if it's a comment, if it's a review, you want to respond and engage with just about everything going on out there, positive or negative, but stay at that high level. Don't get into, shouting matches or arguments and that kind of thing. Right. But that's how you want to generally approach this. Right. Consistent posting schedule. So again, this is another high level suggestion, but kind of figuring, we'll talk about posting tools and that kind of thing in a little bit, but basically just kind of committing to some kind of consistency on Google, Facebook, Instagram, that kind of thing. Just at least like, there's this is a big conversation about how many posts and when should I post and all that stuff, but depending on where you're at with this, like at least I would say 3 or 4 social media posts and, at least a couple on Google, if not more, the more the merrier, but it is work. So you don't want to go crazy with it. But what's cool about it is with the social posting tools, you can kind of get a little bit ahead of the game and sort of be working on stuff that's coming down the pipe. And then if you do have, something that comes up that you can do a quick post on, on a day or with a quick video or a live stream or any of that stuff, then fantastic. But when you've got that kind of bed of scheduled posts going on, then that kind of frees you up to kind of be able to be a little more organic with the stuff that you might be doing on the daily, right? Hashtags and tagging. Basically, you're going to want to research sort of the hashtag side. There's all kinds of software and stuff this can help, but you can also sort of just explore manually by looking at like city names and trying different things in your area. So like local relevant tags, tags related to your service or your service in your area, or stuff that your target audience is tagging or using on their own posts. Like those things are all really good things to consider for your own tags on your own posts to help you get visibility in your area when people are talking about your kind of services, that kind of thing. And that kind of stuff. And then on Nextdoor, you can do sort of location-based tags. You're pretty much going to be in a location, but there's the different neighborhoods, right, in Nextdoor, and you may be able to sort of expand your reach by using some of those location-based tags, right? Okay, so posting so basically, anytime you're doing a post, it probably makes some sense to do a few tags on it, on Facebook, Instagram, maybe even Google. The Google's not the same kind of situation, but you can put some tags in there. Posting in local groups and comments. Okay, so this is one that a lot of you guys have kind of got figured out to some level, but basically finding local groups in Facebook or on Nextdoor, or maybe there's other like website forums or that kind of stuff in your area that are very locally focused. And then, basically you don't want to be like just spam posting. Some people, all they'll do is just wait until they're letting services, post something and then they wonder why they're not, doing well. Well, you want to engage a little bit more and, post a comment here and there. Like if look for posts that have to do maybe with like cleaning or an organized home or like a peaceful home or, anything that kind of relates to your business, that kind of thing can be really good stuff to post on or comment on, right? And I got another one in just a second. Let's see. Instead of focus on providing helpful tips. Yeah, helpful tips, answering questions related to house cleaning. Tips are like super cool. You should have like a big old pile of tips sort of floating there, ready to be used. And that could be tips on how to clean things, different like cleaning solutions or tools or stuff that you use when you're cleaning, like any of those little things. You can take probably any particular thing that you're using to clean places, and it probably could become a tip, right? Because you likely know what the heck you're doing and are doing a good job. And a lot of people at home are just kind of using what their mom used, or maybe got a suggestion for a friend or whatever. So those tips, even though they seem like commonplace and normal to you, can be really helpful because you guys get stuff cleaner. It's partially why people hire you than they do themselves, right? So those tips and stuff can be really helpful, and you're not giving away the farm by doing that, right? People go, oh, wow, this is cool. And they might use a couple tips and then they will remember, wow, I got that from, Shelly's cleaning service or whatever. And that's like a really strong sort of branding and positioning there, right? So when they do want to hire someone, there you are, you're top of mind. There you go. And you slowly build your reputation when you do that, right? So you don't have to be in there all the time, just a few minutes at the end of the day, kind of take a zip through on your groups and that kind of thing. Look for relevant stuff and go for it, right? And one we really find powerful, and some people have found this, and others haven't really used it so much, is like a client endorsement post. So like, in like the local groups here, this is really one of the more powerful things, like on Nextdoor or Facebook local group or something, is those client endorsement posts. So basically, maybe instead of or in addition to them going and putting a testimonial on your Google profile or Facebook or whatever, like actually having them write, and maybe even include a picture like, hey man, these guys are so amazing. They cleaned the heck out of my house and it was a total mess after this party or whatever it was. Like that kind of endorsement post can oftentimes drive, quite a few new clients, right? So when you find that, this is one of those things you should be looking for, is like when a client is really happy with you guys, like they're in a bind and you saved them, or they had a really bang up job when their old team was terrible for the longest time or whatever. So then when they're at that emotional high is when you want to reach out and see if you can engineer an endorsement posts like this, or at least a testimonial or that kind of thing. And boom, you'll find that you can really move your business forward with one of those posts here and there. I mean, if you're going to do only one type of post and blow all the rest of this off, man, I would say that's what to think about. Right? And the more, if they're willing to do a video or a photo, but even just a text post, if it's, authentic and, heartfelt, is going to be really powerful. Okay, cool. Yeah. And have them linked to you, right? Like your Facebook page or your website or whatever it might be. Probably if it's on Facebook, you probably want to link over to your Facebook profile and make sure all your contact details are there. So it's not a direct link outside of the platform. Collaborate and cross promote. So this is really cool. This is one of those things that some people, I still see there's a lot more potential with like strategic partnerships locally in most cases than people are taking advantage of, right? So yeah, maybe you've got someone who refers you here and there, but like, how can you take that further, especially on social, but even think of this outside of the social world? Like, who the heck is also going into homes, maybe even making a mess? I'm thinking plumbers, and basically anybody doing home services. Like if they know who you are, from painters all the way through, if they know who you are and could leave your card after, a lot of people talk about realtors and that kind of thing, but really anybody that's going into homes one after another, and their job, like plumbers, man, they market like crazy. They normally have like $5,000 or $8,000 a month marketing budgets, for ads and stuff. So if you can ride on the back of somebody else like that, develop a really strong partnership and, be there for them, and figure out what you can do to help them and to really position yourself as a great partner of theirs. And then as well, like, how does that play out, in the social media space, right? So how can you sort of cross promote? They can mention you here and there, you can mention them here and there, and really kind of cross pollinate and promote each other's Facebook. And, basically if they're serving homes or apartments, the target audience, your target audience is in there, one way or another. So, basic cross-pollinating those audiences can be really powerful, right? So, and who else? Like CPAs, tax guys. God, there's so many people that deal with folks and, and deal with homes that, think about that. And there's probably quite a lot of opportunities there. The no-brainer is, like property managers, obviously, but I think there's a lot more that can be uncovered there if you're creative with it and really kind of worked it a little bit. Of course, track and analyze performance. So all the social media platforms have tracking tools and insights and all that. So I'm not saying go crazy with it. If you're at that level, then yeah. But I mean, if you're just getting started, like post for a couple months, do your best, get some stuff out there, kind of follow these tips, and then start looking at your insights and see like what performed better than something else. And why do you think it performed better? Were people really more interested in that? Or is it because someone commented on it? Or was it because of a certain hashtag that you used? Like, what was it about that post, or was the headline or the title in it that got that extra, oomph, right? And then kind of start looking at, okay, what's performing better, and what can we do more like that? How can we, start kind of leveraging off of where we've seen success already? Cool. So that's kind of strategic stuff. I mean, again, we can keep unfolding any of this like forever, but I think this is a nice kind of focus to get the ball rolling in the right direction. All right. So practical, tactical social media tips for house cleaning businesses. So this is a little bit of like account stuff, kind of the technical side of things that, maybe you don't totally know. Some of you maybe do. Anyways, so setting up business accounts, right? So on Facebook and Instagram, you can have business accounts. That's called a page. So, especially on the Facebook side, because a lot of people are not confused, but they don't know really. You got your Facebook page and you got your Facebook profile, right? So when you do have a Facebook page, you can connect it to an Instagram business profile, right? So I'm not saying that you should or shouldn't do this, but I want you to be aware that from Instagram, not from Facebook, oddly enough, but from Instagram, if you've got two businesses connected, you can post to the Instagram side and it will flow over to your Facebook page side, the business side, right? So you can possibly, if you're not using a social tool and just kind of doing things, manually one by one, that can be a way to leverage what you're doing on Instagram over to Facebook, right? Visually, they're a little different. Instagram, as you know, right? So you want to be just aware that you may not want to just always cross post between these. So I'm not saying this is like a silver bullet, but these are just things you should be aware of and can be useful. And there's a slider on every post on Instagram. Do you want this to go to Facebook or not? Right. So that it gives you some control over that. It's not just like a always on connection. Facebook, so this should say profiles, pages, and business manager, Facebook profile and a page. So basically, just really quick on a profile and a page. So profile is your personal profile. A page is a business page. So on the page, that's where you can run ads, get insights, all that stuff. On a page, you're typically going to get less organic, natural reach because it's a page kind of meant for ads and stuff. But that doesn't mean that shouldn't be exactly where you're doing all your posts and stuff that are totally business focused 100%, right? So that stuff should all be going there. Then on your profile, and then you can decide, right, back on the page side, you can decide if you want to boost a post or run an ad or whatever, but that on your page, it should be 100% business all the way, right? And then on your profile, the profile can get more organic reach automatically than your page. It doesn't have all the insights and all that stuff, but it can get more power, I guess, in a way. So you're also going to want to do some of your business posts over on your profile, but you don't just want to blow off your personal stuff and never do anything more personal on the profile side. You don't want to turn it into like your page, right? So there's a little mix on that profile side. And then now you've kind of got that right. You've got your page going, all business. You got your profile going. Hey, here's what we did this weekend. Oh, wow. Look at this cool testimonial we just got, from, Matilda over here, from Washington or whatever, that kind of thing. And then occasionally linking over to your page and, that kind of stuff. Right. So, you want to maintain that balance. Business manager account. I'm just going to throw this out there really quick. A lot of you guys probably get this, but with the business manager, basically what that is it's kind of like a high-level umbrella account that you can have all your assets under, and then it makes it easy for you to manage access to those assets by sharing with a partner business. Like say if somebody like us was going to run ads for you, you can give us access to the page, the ad account, and the pixel that are associated with your business, right? And not your personal profile, unless you want it, right? So there's that's what business manager is meant to do. It can be kind of confusing. And trust me, even people that are in there all the time get confused occasionally, but it's really there to simplify sharing access. So you don't really want to be giving people like your username and password for your profile and then giving them all that control. The right way to do it is to get a little bit good with business.facebook.com and going in there and sharing assets to partners and people that way. Okay. Partner is really a good way to go when they have their business manager account as well. So be aware of that. Basically, the changes so much so fast that basically the Facebook support pages are probably a good place to look. Like just logging into Business Manager. How do I share my ad account? That kind of thing. That's probably a decent way to look. Or maybe there's some blog posts out there and that kind of thing. Okay, so here's just some cool, now we're moving out of like that plumbing side of things, what I call it, to sort of just posting ideas for house cleaning businesses on Facebook and Instagram, right? So we're just kind of zip through these. We kind of touched on some of these before, but before and after photos, yup. Cleaning tips and hacks, yup. Like a picture with, somebody doing the thing or a little video or a graphic of it or whatever. It's awesome. I mean, I'd be interested in cleaning tips and hacks, right? Client testimonials, talk about that. Super cool. You can just grab one that was given to you or, through Google or Facebook or wherever and sort of reformat it into a nice little graphic post, with your stars and the person's name, maybe their picture and a little quote and everything. Boom, becomes a really awesome little post that you can do. Behind the scenes, like you mentioned, just what's happening in your business. Here we are. It's early morning. We're cruising in the car with our coffee. We're getting all psyched up to go clean this house, listening to Queen or whatever, right? So that's cool stuff. It really is. People love that kind of story of what's going on, or oh gosh, look at this problem that we're having over here, or oh, look at this party that happened at this Airbnb or something, right? So there's all kinds of cool stuff you can do just behind the scenes, day to day. Like some of that stuff you don't even think about it is the coolest stuff that people would totally dig, right? Interactive content. So you can do polls and quizzes like, hey, who makes their kids wash the dishes after dinner? Is that even a thing anymore? I don't know, right? So that's not a great idea for a poll or quiz, but so that kind of thing. You can do that kind of post on Facebook or whatever. So if you've got something, that you got an idea around that, could be a good idea. Seasonal cleaning guides. Seasonal cleaning guides can be really good for blogs and not just guides, but like ideas, tips, all that kind of thing. And it can help sort of spur people thinking about, oh, wow, these guys are actually really proactively thinking about what I should be doing at this time of year to get ready for the holidays, to whatever it is, or a party I'm going to have for the 4th of July. So the seasonal stuff can be really good content. So I would always consider, sort of ramping up into like the high cleaning season kind of now, or, the past few months, or even it depends. On the East Coast, it might be sort of spring cleaning, kind of stuff, right? So basically just think about what the flow is in your area and what you can do to sort of talk to that and give people cool ideas, which is really just getting them to think about you. And, most of them, the ones who are gonna end up paying you anyways, aren't gonna not hire you if you give away some great ideas. Before and after videos. Awesome, right? Here we are before this clean. And I'm going to skip down here. Like time lapse is like really a cool way to do sort of a before and after. Like you can just get like a little tripod or one of those gorilla things with the squiggly arms on it, and attach that to like a living room that's kind of a mess when you get there, kids' toys everywhere, whatever. And then like on an iPhone, you can easily just hit time lapse, check it. Does it look pretty good? Yep. It's got the room captured. Maybe we should do it this way, whatever. And get the whole scene and boom, just let it rock until the room's done and then stop it. And you have a cool little video that you can play, fast speed now and be a really cool little post. I mean, I think that's you got to be proactive. You got to set it up, but that can be a really cool, like a time. Here's this week's time lapse, that kind of thing. I think that's great. Cleaning pot product recommendations like, man, we love this Swiffer with the extended 15-foot pole to get into those hard to reach places, right? Whatever it is, right? So I think that's super cool. Discounts and special offers, of course. And this is kind of a cool thing to think about, like on your personal profile or your business profile, organic posts, not an ad. I mean, yes, you can do an ad too on this, but like say once a month, and we don't tell you when, or once a week, whatever makes sense for you, we do a super discount, like a freebie offer. And the first 2 people who find our freebie clean offer voucher, the first person, just one person gets a freebie clean on our social media in the month of July, gets a free clean, right? So it kind of encourages people to sort of watch and follow and keep an eye on things. So, something like that might be a cool idea as well. And then local content, right? So highlight, just what's going on. And here we are at the XYZ college basketball game, or, the high school football game, or, the opening of Barbie movie or whatever, right? Just you out and about doing stuff, really cool, or at some local campground or whatever it is, right? Cool stuff. So those are just ideas. You don't have to do them all, but I think there's some pretty cool ideas in there, and nothing that should be too difficult. And I guess I would just suggest, kind of, if you're shy or don't think you're great on video or whatever, well, you show up every day just how you are, right? So just be you. And over time, you'll get a little bit better at it. Like, I'm not some video star, and obviously, right? But, I just kind of get used to it and plow forward. And every time you get a little better and a little better, and hopefully the next one of these will be a little better than this, you just accept it and you roll and you give people value, right? So I think I just encourage you to just kind of get over it and start playing with it and build momentum and see where it goes. All right. So here we go. Now we got 12 posts for ideas for Google Business Profile, which used to be Google My Business. This is like the Google Maps situation, right? So that's a little different, right? So I really like Google Business Profile stuff. I mean, I'm like an SEO guy, and Google Business Profile really fits into the SEO world really nicely. And I mean, it drives the heck out of leads. Facebook and social, they're solid. They can definitely, produce results. But like Google Business Profile, when it's rocking, I mean, you're talking, even for someone that's not at the top of the maps for all the searches, I mean, you're talking 100 calls a month, then you expand a little bit, 200 calls a month. I mean, it can be really, really powerful. But even 50 solid calls from a free, not ad paid for leads coming off your Google Business Profile is pretty damn cool. Honestly, I mean, even 20, right? But it's not rocket science to get more of that in most cities, unless it's pretty small. So anyways, what I like about that, next to being an SEO thing, and being able to integrate with your SEO strategy, keywords and services and service areas and all that stuff, is that you can be a little more promotional on the Google profile side, right? So you can actually talk about, I mean, and you can do this a little bit on Facebook as well, but I mean, honestly, service offerings, here's what we do. We do deep clean, Airbnb cleaning, commercial cleaning, move out cleans, whatever it is. And honestly, if you think about it, you could probably have a post for every service in every city that you service, right? So if you do Airbnb cleaning in Las Vegas, Henderson, the Mojave Desert, whatever, right? Have a post about each one of those. That is unique, right? Even though it's still house cleaning service or Airbnb cleaning service, the fact that you do it here is one thing. The fact that you do it there is another thing. You're not being spammy, right? You're actually supporting your SEO effort, and you're making it clear who and what you do stuff for, right? So top posting about your services, totally cool on Google. It's not, spammy or whatever. And that's what I love about it. So seasonal promotions too. This is also something you can do on the Facebook side, but there's a certain kind of post. There's 3 kinds of posts, which they call updates in Google My Business, right? So updates, there's a little button there, click updates, and you can do a regular post that lasts about 7 days or a week. Then you can do an offer, and you can set a time frame on that. And have like a special offer presented, and you can have an event, and an event can actually be pretty much like an offer. Like, hey, it's special, awesome August, summer sizzling super sale, where we're, giving everybody, 9,000,000% off of, their deep clean or whatever the heck, right? So it's not all about freebies and stuff, though. Like, I'm kind of joking around, but like, honestly, I mean, a solid promo could be like a little 20% off coupon or something like that, on any service, or that kind of thing. But, or you can get creative, like, hey, do, 4 or 6 months worth of ongoing cleaning or recurring cleaning with us, and we'll give you the 7-month free. Or there's all kinds of ways to kind of bundle things together that we've seen people pull off. So kind of think about those. If you do have bundles or offers that you run to existing clients or to help close a sale, that's probably a proven offer that would be good to post as a seasonal or as an event or offer post. Customer reviews. Okay. Yep. Got that. But putting those on Google as well. So you could probably take the same thing you're going to post on Facebook and use your social posting tool and blast that over to Google as well. Cleaning packages. So what do you got there as far as bundles, weekly, monthly, customized cleaning, whatever it is? Again, it's kind of like an offer, but like a package deal. Like, hey, we happen to do like duct cleaning. We're post-construction all the way, and we do duct cleaning as well as the house cleaning at the end of a construction with carpet cleaning. So like basically we're just guaranteeing there's no dust left in the house. If you've got that super dust-free post-construction package, that kind of thing, throw it out there. Contact information. This is like on every post, right? So basically you want to make sure your phone number and probably your like if you're sophisticated enough to be, and you should be doing phone tracking on your Google business profile, then I would suggest using that phone number on your posts. So when someone does call from there, it was at least sourced back to your Google business profile. Your website link on every post, or your appointment link, that kind of stuff. So you want to make sure that you've got like those, like a little document or a past post that you can leverage and copy and paste that stuff out of, so you can make it easy to include that stuff in your post. So that's kind of a little promotional thing that you might, I'm not saying you can't do that on Facebook and stuff, but this is like totally accepted what you should do on a Google post. Free estimates, right? Hey, we do that kind of thing. Duh. Like, who doesn't? But you can go there. Book now, call to action. So basically, a lot of these posts can have like a little button on them, and you can have a call to action that goes over to your booking screen, or just simple. Honestly, guys, the book now stuff is awesome. Where some people will do that, but we also find that just a nice simple form floating up there near the top of your web page, nice and easy to find, simple little guy, those convert like crazy, right? Especially if you've got the rest of your site set up well. And then, make it easy to see the, book, online booking tool or whatever, your call to action there in your header. So if they want that kind of thing, they can click over to it. So that's an option too. So the book now could go to your website. Then they have a few options: call, form, or hit the book now. Or you can try going straight to the book now, sort of page, right? You're probably going to find your conversion rate will be lower that way. But you can do calls to action and links to your website and that kind of thing. So that's what we're encouraging here. Cleaning tips, same stuff that you might have going on Facebook. You can blast over here, do that. Local events, like if you're doing stuff, right? Boom, events. Yes, event posts would be the way. Referral program. And this could actually also be on the social side as well. But like, what can you do with a referral program for your business where, when someone really does hand you or, a great referral, or someone comes in that was referred and they're like, oh my gosh, Marsha mentioned you guys, like you should kind of keep track of that stuff and maybe even have like a formalized program around referrals. And you might be surprised, it just kind of helps people, especially if you remind them here and there on social and Google Business about your referral program. You might be surprised how it just kind of gets them thinking about you a little bit more, especially if you're doing a really good job and they can feel good about referring you, where they know that you're going to do a fantastic job. then yeah, referral programs are great. And mentioning that you have one, if you've got one, is a really darn good idea, right? We've actually got even a little system where it's kind of like an affiliate system that we've leveraged for house cleaning businesses, so it can keep track of links and leads and that kind of thing. And we're working on how to track sort of offline leads, that kind of thing. Testimonials. Okay. Yeah, so we kind of talked about that, or did totally talk about that on the Facebook and Instagram side. So some of this is unique to Google. Sorry, it's kind of jumping. Google business profile, and some of it is totally leverageable, right? So you can think of this as like, okay, a lot of this can go Instagram, Facebook, Google, and if I can get an endorsement here and there, probably great for a Facebook unique post into a Facebook group or a Nextdoor group, that kind of thing. So a lot of this can be leveraged, across. So it makes your work less and keeps things interesting, right? Okay, a couple things. There's all kinds of social posting tools out there, and I'm not like an affiliate for anybody or whatever. And, there's Hootsuite and Sprout Social and, all kinds of stuff. But there's a couple that have kind of come up in the past, relatively recently, that I think are super cool. Like Metricool is a really great social posting platform. And for businesses like house cleaning, you can use their free account. So, I mean, like Hootsuite and Sprout Social and those guys, they charge a decent chunk of change to use their platforms. And a lot of them are kind of made for agencies in a way. So they're really leaning, they don't give you a great discount for just running one business like you might be doing. So Metricool actually has a really great situation there, and they can connect to all kinds of stuff, like basically every platform we're talking about, including YouTube and Twitter and everything, right? So one that you might want to check out right there and save yourself a couple bucks, and it's really like a Swiss Army knife for social media. And then High Level. So High Level is really built for agencies to support their clients with. That's what it's built for. So it's a little techy, but what's super cool about it, and we use the heck out of this, and we've kind of built basically what agencies are supposed to do with High Level is take the basic system and then leverage it and customize it for the niche and the type of customer that they serve. So we serve house cleaning businesses. So we've customized the heck out of our High Level for house cleaning businesses. And then with a snapshot, we can give that to anybody that we work with, and they get all the tools and stuff without a lot of hassle and building and all that. So the reason I'm mentioning this, a little bit of a shameless plug, hey, but what's super cool is High Level does have a social posting tool in there, and it's really built for local businesses. So it covers Instagram, Facebook, Google Business, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn. I think you can do like Reels and, the different things. So you've got that social posting in there, but there's also, all the way to like invoicing, calendar, website builder, which we got a little website in there, email marketing, texting, call tracking, automation, workflows, like chatbots. We're working on chatbots right now to actually help nurture and perform customer service tasks and stuff to like make you look more awesome without having to do all the little things. So that's what's, Metricool, just social posting, great tool. High Level is like a whole like all-in-one business marketing system. And the fact that house cleaning businesses are relatively simple, their tools, their invoicing and booking and all that can totally cover what a house cleaning business needs. And so there's really this potential for a whole, like a house cleaning business to like run the whole darn thing in one place, one login, boom. So could be cool. We think it's cool. We're working the heck out of it. And so there's that, right? So a couple ideas for you if you haven't been aware. Oops, I just skipped. Where the heck are we? Okay, social media tools. Okay, and last but not least. So this is kind of a bonus gangsta tip or whatever, because so many people don't put their Facebook pixel on their website. Or if they do, they don't build a custom audience off of their website traffic. All right, so even just base level website traffic, custom audience. So you have to actually put the pixel on your website, get like, last I looked, it was like 400 people have to visit your website. So it may take a little while if you're kind of newer to this. And then it starts triggering and keeping track of the people who do come to your website. That we can track, right? There's all kinds of stuff with Apple and blah, blah, blah. But the pixel is still very useful. And over time, it can build up. And then you've got this custom audience, people who have actually even visited your website or possibly even visited a page on your website, that kind of thing. So it's totally worth having that plugged in because it's going to possibly take a while to get the 400 visitors, depending on what you're doing, how much traffic you're driving and all that. So there you go, right? So do your pixel, create it, and you go into the Facebook backend, and this is kind of talking about it. So you set up the pixel, install the pixel on your website, track that website activity, build your custom audience or audiences, retarget with precision. Then once you've got a nice audience there, then you can retarget or run ads to that audience who's already seen your website in the past, right? So this isn't social. I mean, this isn't organic social media, but it's definitely social media. And it's kind of organic in the sense that it's traffic that's, kind of aware of you. And now you're kind of reaching back out. And it's almost sort of like an email nurturing sequence, but you're using Facebook instead of email. And then once you've got a decent size custom audience, you can actually expand to lookalike audiences. So Facebook can actually look at that custom audience, and the bigger it is, the better, that you've created, and actually start finding lookalikes that are similar to who's already in your custom audience. And you can expand your visibility into very similar folks. So it can be a really potent tool to help find more of the people that are already liking and buying from your business. Hey, so I figured a couple examples could help, and just did a quick search on Facebook and found these guys. I mean, personally, I think this is a little busy, but it does do a good job of saying who they serve, and where, and what they do, and what services, like what their services are, and then the types of cleans. So it's a little rough to look at, but it's actually covering the bases. So maybe there's a nice balance in there somewhere. But they are doing a good job with a lot of their posts. They've got that graphical element going on here. Nice. This is kind of like one of those here's what we do posts that we were talking about could fit on Google as well. Wow. So per hour. Okay. I thought they were starting at 45 for a clean. Here's a little testimonial post, graphics, a little bit promotional, but not bad. Nice image. I lean toward wanting totally authentic photos, but this doesn't look like stupid, crazy stock imagery. Like it could even be a house they cleaned. Whoops, sorry. God, this thing's jumping on me. Again, bigger testimonial posts. Let's see, do they have any videos? I'm like, do they have videos? Why? This is a little promotional. Like that. I'm not saying this is perfect. I was hoping that was a video. I like the image posts. A little availability. Here's a cool little video. This kind of thing can be done on Canva. How about, and I'll give you guys a link to a Canva template for testimonials. How about that? But this is kind of cool. Oh, look, another video. Yay. All right. So ultimately, this would be your team. You're not too tough to get that kind of video. Boom. All right. So this is a pretty good job. I think it could be mixed in like some more personal video, like talking or tips and stuff like that. But this is, decent example. And then there's these guys. They are in, oddly, I just searched Helping Hands because I do look at what these guys are doing. They're in Illinois, I think Chicago, Elmhurst. And their website and how they do things is pretty cool. Helping Hands Cleaning Elmhurst, if you want to look them up. But they do a pretty good job with their posts and stuff too. Again, I think the visually it may be able to be upgraded a little bit. but they've got a nice little mix with testimonials. There you go. Nice behind the scenes kind of picture. Just warms it up where you know who the team is instead of just a bunch of graphics. Do you see that? You see how that kind of makes you feel like, boom, now you kind of know them a little bit. Cool little kind of promotional type of post. Testimonial, little quote. Oh, cool. Doing training stuff. This is great. You know, behind the hood or behind the scenes trainings that you're actually knowing that they're really professional about what they do. Happy Parents' Day. Yeah, more team stuff. So this is a pretty decent profile too, with a mix of things going on. So maybe I'll give you some ideas too. Oh, there's a little before and after situation. God, I love copper sinks. Okay, so a couple examples for you on that side of things. And cool. Actually, I'm going to share you guys this link. So this is going to be, so this is an ad, but it could be turned into a post or whatever. But I'll share you a link to this so you can use it in your own stuff if you would like. And it's, change colors is real easy. Changing fonts is real easy. This is Canva. So you would, I think, need a $12 a month pro Canva account in order to get this. But also I will share you this, which is a testimonial template that even has like a little graphic where you can put an image of the person who gave you the testimonial, if you can get it like off LinkedIn or Facebook or something. So this would allow you to do a nice little testimonial post. If you like it, great. If not, no problem. It's just a bonus freebie. So I'll give you these two templates to maybe get you started on Canva. Honestly, Canva is the bomb. We're actually dumping Adobe, like $250 a month Adobe account to use Canva and some AI tools and some other stuff to replace all that. And thankfully, Canva can open Illustrator files. So anyways, I won't tell you about my hassles, but that's how cool Canva is. You can set up your brand in there. Like, check this out. You can like have your logo in there. Your color palette. You can even, if you owned a font, you can upload a font like we did, and you can have all your stuff in there. So it's really easy for you to use your logos and colors to be able to build things, right? So it's super duper cool. All right, cool. So there's a couple freebies we'll throw you guys. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, that's it. That's our nice, simple crash course in social media for you guys. Hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully you learned at least a couple things, if not quite a few things. And, keep it relatively simple, but do awesome. If you're going to do it, do some awesome little content and really consider putting your face on there or doing some of your tips and tricks and, just kind of telling your story. People love that stuff. All right. So don't overthink it. Do cool stuff. See you guys.